Today we are in beautiful Yucca Valley, California, with the house on top of the hill. And we was actually here roughly about a year ago installing the gazebo and well, another time for that story. But let's get into what we're doing today. So we're changing this out today. We're gonna be installing a pergola here on this platform, 14 going the wide way by 10. So today we came here to do the footings. So that's what we had today. So let's go ahead and get started on that. We're gonna get the measurements out. We're gonna go ahead and get started and go from there. Alright, so I'm working on this job and I got to the last hole over here. I got the other three dug out and my shovel broke. Look at this. Yeah, that sucks. So I had to go pick up another one. This shovel right here is a project source that I got from Lowe's. Well, just just don't do it. Anyway, I went and picked up this shovel, another fiberglass shovel. It actually feels more sturdier and even heavier than the other one was. So we're gonna get back to work. Let's get started. I got three of the concrete post base in the slabs for them. So I'm gonna have y'all come over here with me, and I'll let y'all see what's going on, and I'll explain on maybe some of y'all looking at what was going on before in the hyperlapse. So I'm just gonna slow it down a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on, and we'll go from there. So we'll do this last one together, okay? Now, let's start off with what cement I got. And I know y'all probably looking at, oh, he's dry pouring. You shouldn't be dry and pour. But I'm actually doing the dry pour and mix at the same time in a sense. Since these are just base, it works out pretty good. But here, so what I'm using here is a fast setting, quick creek concrete. It says it sets hard in about 20 to 40 minutes, but this is going to sit for a week. I actually recommend at least 24 hours. That's typically why I like to use these, so that way it sets a little bit faster, because I'm usually going back and forth with the job. Next day, and keep it going. So I'm gonna show y'all what I'm doing right here. We got the post set. We got some gravel in the bottom. We got the dirt and the sand around it, hold it in place and make sure it's level. And now we're gonna go ahead and pour the concrete, and I'll show you what I'm doing from here. So even though I'm drawing it black, even though I'm throwing it up in there, I'm still doing a mix, okay? And I'm not the type, I really don't like a dry pour itself, but since you already got a mixing container here, I say use it. So, for instance, I'll throw it up in there, grab my water hose and my mixing stick. Okay. All right. Spray some water in it. Okay. And then I just kind of mix it right on up in here. So the bottom mix, I do put a little extra water in it because it's going to settle. And we're going to grab the last bag. We're going to pour it up in there and let it set. All right, let's move the camera around just a little bit so my big old head won't be in the way. There we go. All right, so we got the bag of concrete. All right. There we go. Not too complicated. Try to make the job a little easier. Now, there are instances where some posts I won't do this with. You see those bubbles popping in right there? They show that the water is still draining down to the bottom. So we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and rinse off the rest of this, rinse everything down, and clean up, and we're done here. So stay tuned for part 2, which will be coming out soon. If it ain't out already, if y'all watching this at a later time, we're scheduled to come back in a week to come and set up the pergola. So, hey, come back and join us. All right, so we done with day 1, and obviously we like to clean up, make sure everything is legit before we leave. So, cleaning up is an important part of the work that I do. We can't be leaving the customer's house nasty and dirty. But just want to give you our view again on the post that we got set. So come back with us for part 2 to set up the pergola, and we go from there. Go Industries.